You know the feeling, right? If you're a business leader, you've definitely felt this pain. You invest a small fortune in some powerful new software, and you're absolutely convinced it's going to revolutionize how your teams work. But then, 6 months down the line, it's just sitting there, gathering digital dust.
I mean, it's a huge, expensive problem. So what's really going on here? Why do these amazing tools, the ones designed to make our jobs better, so often fail to catch on with the very people they're supposed to help? It's a real high-stakes mystery.
Well, here's the kicker. According to some pretty fascinating new research, the answer isn't about the technology's features or its functions. It has almost nothing to do with the software itself. The real reason? Well, it's hiding in plain sight. It's your company's culture.
All right, so let's start decoding this. In this first part, we're going to dive into those invisible forces that are really running the show behind the scenes.
I know. Organizational culture sounds super academic, a little fluffy, right? But just think of it like your company's invisible operating system. It's all the unwritten rules, the shared beliefs that guide how everybody actually behaves. It's the real answer to the question, how do things really get done around here?
So the research we're diving into breaks this whole operating system down into 4 key parts. First up, you've got involvement. Do your people feel empowered, like they're part of the team? Then there's consistency. Are your values clear, and does everyone actually follow them, or are they just some words on a poster? Third is adaptability. How well do you really roll with the punches when things change? And finally, mission. Does everybody actually know why they're doing what they're doing? These 4 things, that's the secret code.
Okay, fine. That's the theory. But how on earth does something as big and abstract as mission and involvement connect to whether or not somebody clicks a button on a new software platform? It kind of seems like a huge leap, doesn't it?
Well, believe it or not, it's not a leap at all. For any employee looking at a new piece of tech, their entire decision-making process, whether they realize it or not, just boils down to 2 fundamental questions they ask themselves.
So here it is. This is the whole ballgame. Every single employee, when they see new tech, subconsciously asks 2 super simple questions. First, is this thing actually useful? Is it going to genuinely make my life easier, my job better? And second, is this going to be a total pain to use? How much of a hassle is this really going to be? That's it. The entire decision, it all hinges on the answers to just those 2 questions. Okay, so now let's connect the dots. In this next section, we're going to look at the domino effect and see exactly how culture kicks off a chain reaction that leads directly to success.
Check this out. Here's the entire chain reaction, from culture all the way to the click. It starts with a supportive culture, one that's adaptable and actually involves its people. That kind of environment makes employees perceive the new software as useful and easy. And when they feel that way, guess what? They actually use it. And that usage leads to knowledge sharing, which, in the end, drives better company performance. It's a straight line, a direct pipeline from a healthy culture to bottom-line results.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but where's the proof? Is there any hard data to back this up? Well, let's get into the evidence and see how this was tested in the real world.
So, researchers didn't just guess. They went right to the source. They surveyed 221 employees on the front lines of big, multinational companies, the very people who were using these systems day in and day out.
And here's a really important detail. This wasn't just, a survey of a few offices in one country. The sample was split almost right down the middle between employees in Europe and the Middle East. This diverse mix means the findings aren't just a fluke of one specific work culture, they're solid.
So what did they find? Well, the data was totally definitive. I'm going to read this right from the study because it's so clear. Organizational culture positively influences the perceived usefulness of knowledge management systems. Let me translate that for you. A good culture directly makes employees believe that the software is more valuable, period.
So the takeaway couldn't be clearer. The stats confirm that entire domino effect we just talked about. A healthy, adaptive, mission-driven culture isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a direct predictor of your technology success. You get the culture right, and the tech adoption will follow. This brings us to the most important part, right? The so what. How can you turn all these insights into a real, tangible advantage for your own organization? The research basically hands us a playbook. If you want your tech investments to actually pay off, you've got to focus here. Foster adaptability. That means actively encouraging and even rewarding new ways of working. Drive involvement. Don't just push tools on people. Give them a real voice in choosing and implementing them.
Reinforce the mission. Connect the dots for everyone. Show them how this new tech helps the company achieve its big goals. And, maybe most crucial of all, build trust so that sharing knowledge and ideas feels safe and valuable, not risky.
Look, if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. Your next big tech project isn't really a tech project at all. It's a culture project. If you want to make your software work, you have to work on your people and your environment first.
So I'll leave you with this final question to think about for your own team, for your own company. Take a good, hard look at your organization. Is your culture an accelerator, pushing your technology forward and getting the most out of it? Or is it an anchor, weighing down your investments and holding the whole company back? The answer to that question will likely determine your success.